Hey, what's up? This is Vox, and today I'm going to be making a guide or whatever to kind of help the newer player. So this is a beginner's guide, and the first thing I recommend doing as a new player is filling up every single alt spot you have. The reason for this is each one of your alts houses the same energy that your account houses. So if you have 200 energy on one character and you use that energy, you know what I mean, you can jump on another character and use 200 energy again, and so forth and so on. As many alts that you have, that's how much energy that you can use. And energy is used in a wide variety of things in this game. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do. Now let's go on to the second thing. Okay, so you just got in the game, and I made this ranger just specifically or whatever to show you guys. You just woke up from wherever you woke up. The next thing I suggest you do is to follow the Black Spirit quest. Although grinding in this game is the fastest way to level, there's so much to get and learn just from, you know, following the Black Spirit quest. You're going to get energy from discovering things, you know, new, kind of like new NPCs and stuff like that. It's going to teach you all about that during this tutorial phase, as well as getting things like, okay, let me see, how do we do this? As well as getting inventory space and contribution points. Now, you don't get a lot of contribution points, but you get a good amount. So by the time you're finished, you maybe should be around, I would say 40 to 50 contribution points, which is really cool. The next thing that I want to talk about after following all these quests is, well, you're going to be doing this in the middle of following all these quests, is gear. Okay guys, so now we're going to get into the, you know, you need to get a little bit stronger so you can carry on and continue following the Black Spirit on your journey. So you're going to notice that you're getting black stone weapons and black stone armor as you're leveling up. And you want to keep all of these. You can sell everything else to the marketplace, but make sure to definitely keep these, okay, for at least until you understand what they are. Now, they're used to enchant armor and weapons. You use obviously the armor stones to enchant armor and the weapon stones to enchant weapons. The armor that I recommend that you guys get as soon as possible is Grenelle. Grenelle is a very good set, and it'll give you a little bit more power and defense or whatever to level up. So you should be able to make it all the way to the end of the game actually with this set, following your Black Spirit and stuff like that. Later on you may want to replace it with boss gear and stuff like that, but that's a later subject that you'll learn way before you probably even hit, you know, 50 or so. The next thing is weapons. For a main hand, I suggest, a lot of people suggest the Yuri weapons, but I think that the Curry, I think it's called, weapons are better. So that's K-R-E-A, and they're set. The reason why I suggest these weapons is because if you get the main hand in the offhand, you'll get 20 accuracy. So any class leveling up that has any type of accuracy problems or whatever, this will take care of that. So for each class, it's going to be called something different. It's going to always be Curry, but it'll be Long Blade for Warriors and Vox. Longbow, I'm guessing, for Rangers. I think Rangers use, yeah, Ranger exclusive. Okay, Amulet, this is going to be for the Sork. Axe is going to be, and so forth and so on. Like, Axe is for Berserker, and you playing whatever class you're playing, you're going to start out getting the weapon or whatever that belongs to your class, so you'll know exactly what to buy. So you say if you're a blader or something like that, or a witch or a wizard, you would go down to staffs and you would look for it, and it's right here. It'll be 55,000, which is very cheap. And then let's see, for your offhand would be a dagger, and you would find it here, 25,000, boom. So if you get this as soon as possible, this is gonna give you some defense as well as a little AP or whatever for the sub weapon, and it's very cheap. See, and what you want to do is plus this up to 7 as soon as possible, And same with your main hand weapons. So weapons get plussed up to 7, and then armor gets plussed up to 5. And the armor you should be using is Grenell. Okay, on to the next subject. So now let's talk about accessories. So accessories that you want are Barris accessories. Until you're able to afford things like red coral rings and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into the more expensive things. I'm just going to get into like the new player friendly things. If you haven't already gotten a full Barris set just by doing your quest line and stuff like that, you can go to the marketplace and buy them. They're fairly cheap. They don't stay in the marketplace long nowadays because they're just so good for new players. So make sure you pick up a whole Barris set. You want Barris rings, Barris neck, you want Barris earrings, and you want Barris belt. You want it all. Brand new socks and drawers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I told you guys to stop at 5 for gear and plus 7 for weapon. And the reason being is because for different people, you know, like different things. Like me, I'm not a gambler, so I don't prefer to enchant my own gear unless necessary. So I really won't enchant any gear unless it's boss gear, because boss gear is best in slot gear, and it's so hard to get that you're just happy with any piece that you do get and you want to enchant that. So consider boss gear being like raid gear in World of Warcraft or any type of in-game gear in any type of game. It's pretty much best in slot for every class, and that's the only gear that I personally enchant. Other gear, I save up and I buy and I replace gear, and that's just how I do it. I used to enchant back in the day, and it was a big problem for me. It actually caused me to quit the game because it's so depressing when you fail and you lose money and stuff like that you've been grinding for a while. So to each their own on that. Whether you want to continue enchanting past 5 for your armor and past 7 for your weapon, it's all up to you. Some people enchant and have great luck and great success. There's new players, I know tons of new players that come in and be like, oh, I love to enchant and stuff, and they end up getting like really good gear from doing it. And they end up being really strong really fast. And I also know other players that come into the game and they quit the game over it. So that's enough about gear. Hey guys, the next thing that I want to get into is fitness. As you can see here, my breath is level 25, and this gives me more stamina. The higher your breath level, the more stamina you get, and stamina allows you to basically be more swift. Later on, you're gonna get movement skills for your character, and a lot of those skills use stamina as well. And once your stamina runs out, if it's a jump skill, you don't jump as high. If it's like a traveling skill that launches you forward, you don't run as far. So it's very important in PvP. It's going to allow you to maneuver a lot cleaner and stuff like that. So you want to level up your breath, and the way you level up breath just while moving. Now, a lot of people will say, don't mount up until your breath is at least 25 or 20 or 25. If you can leave your computer on overnight, then what you can do is press M and make sure that you're in the main city for this, and you right click somewhere like this on the road, and then you hit auto loop, and when you come out you press T and you'll run back and forth. This will allow you to AFK level your breath while you're sleeping. Another thing is you can go here and hit disconnect and hit end game, and then you hit here send to tray when quitting. Make sure you turn your graphics and stuff like that down a little bit so it's a little bit easier on your rig. But that's how you AFK level breath. The next thing is strength. Now, strength increases your weight limit. This is the big thing. A lot of people actually don't level strength at all, which is crazy. As you can see on this character back in, I wasn't doing it either, but you want to go to a trade manager, and a way to do that, you can hit NPC up here, and you want to find this right here, trade manager. It's going to take you to the nearest trade manager. What you're going to do is you're going to talk to her or him, whoever it may be and wherever you're at, and you see I have no money right now, so I can sell this stuff. Now I have 3,000. Maybe that's enough to buy this. So I want to take this. I'm going to take one of them, and I'm going to hit purchase all. Okay, now it's purchased. Now I have this pack on my back, right? So now when I auto path, say if I hit T from the auto path thing that we did earlier, right? It's going to start auto running me back and forth on this path. Instead of running breath now, it's running strength because I have this pack on my back. Now what strength does is increase your weight limit. Weight limit is very important in this game because, you know, inventory space, you can get that while following the Black Spirit. And as you see right here, I didn't buy any inventory space. I did buy a little bit of weight, but my inventory space is 82. Some people claim that you can get up to like 90 or something like that if you follow all the quests. But you pretty much get enough inventory space that you need just by doing the Black Spirit quest. That's why I recommend you do that. And, you know, weight is a big thing. As you can see, everything in this game has weight. At the top near the key or whatever, it says 0.30 weight. And it may not seem like a lot, but later on when you're grinding, you're not so much going to be filling up all this space as much as you're going to have a single item that stacks up that weighs a lot, and it's going to weigh you down to the point where you can barely move. And you see how I'm moving right now? This is how you move when you're overweight. So you're gonna be just about crawling. You're not gonna even be able to do that little sprint that I'm doing now. This is actually being very generous. It's really harsh, guys. So now you know how to level up your breath and your strength. Let's get on to health. So for health, you want to use things like milk tea. Let me go to the marketplace with this big pack on my back. Whoop, there we go. So marketplace, I want to go down to consumables and I want to find milk tea. Now milk tea is perfect. I want to buy as much as I can. I actually don't want to buy that much. Don't hit max, guys. It will literally buy as much as it can. So hit P right here. You see my health on 1. As I consume the milk tea, boom, my health bar actually goes up. This is not my actual health bar, but this is just the health and fitness. So as you level this up, you get more HP, and well, with the more HP you have, you know, the more damage you can take, you know what I mean? So it's something that you want to start working on right out the back. As soon as you can afford the milk tea, go and buy that. It's going to also give you some auto health recovery +5, which I believe no one really understands what this is really doing or whatever, or how much health it's giving you per minute or so. Maybe that is per minute, who knows, maybe it's per 30 seconds, but the main thing is you get the +8% experience for 90 minutes. Now it has a 30-minute cooldown, and some people use it off of cooldown. I do, just so you can level up health more. So every 30 minutes, if you can afford it, I recommend smashing that milk tea and leveling this up as fast as possible. And the same with the strength and other things. So now we're off of fitness. Let's go on to the next subject. So now you're at a point where you've been playing the game and you're kind of understanding things a little bit more, and maybe you don't have enough time or something like that, and you want to do something AFK or whatever to increase the amount of money or whatever that you're bringing in per week. So you can start AFK fishing. AFK fishing I think at a beginner level will literally give you about anywhere from 500,000 to 1.5 mil a night starting off. This is really good, but it's also luck. So like I said, you can end up just getting like about 500,000. I would recommend you go to the marketplace and you just get yourself a fishing rod. You're probably gonna have to start off with a crap fishing rod to begin with, but as you level up in fishing, you'll be able to get rods that last longer. Probably, there's some rods out there that last, all night or whatever. So when you wake up, you'll probably still be fishing and stuff like that. If you have the inventory space, this is also why I recommend that you do follow the Black Spirit quest, so you have as much as inventory space as you can. And you see there's a variety of fishing rods. I can't really recommend any of these to you guys. Whichever one you could really use and afford, just buy that one and just use it until you're higher level. And maybe you can Google a fishing guide, but fishing it's really simple, and it's a really cool way to make some extra money. The last thing I could really think of is find a guild. Get a guild right out the back, and before you join the guild, make sure that they have perks that's going to help you, like increase accuracy, increase AP. These buffs are very massive. The guild that I'm in right now is a PvP guild, so we focused on stuff that's going to help us more in PvP right out the bat. And other guilds, you know, they'll have sometimes they'll be life skilling guilds, and they'll only have stuff plus to gather. These are the life skill right here, +3 to fishing, plus 3 to gathering and stuff like that, skill rider and all that stuff. So make sure that you find a guild or whatever that has whatever you're looking for, whether it be life skilling stuff. Some guilds will be a little bit more established and have just about everything. It's really to each their own what you're looking for. If you're going to be more of a life skiller, to find a guild or whatever that supports that and has these notes, because these are massive if you plan on life skilling, or if you plan on PvP or just grinding and leveling or killing mobs and stuff like that, then you really want them to have stuff like increased accuracy, AP, health, and damage reduction. So if there's anything that any of you veterans watching the video can add on, please do. If this video helps you at all, make sure to subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Peace out, guys.